Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we'll be going over some of the best highlights from all of the LCK Spring matchups of the day. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
Your flash to be used at any time, as Owner is looking to punish the new guys. Some hazing here.
Doesn't have W yet.
Yeah, this is very, very rough. In he comes, and FearX is nowhere near. The Ghost has been used. First Harpoon doesn't land as everyone chasing after Perfect, and he is really dead. There's first blood, and it goes to Zeus. Bad
even. And you can see as well that the burst is definitely enough. As in we go, free versus free.
Yeah, FearX is here. That is a decent stun onto Carrier. He's still burning. Deft should be able to grab it. And the Ren sets are starting to come through. 1-1 now, as KT have answered back towards this bottom side.
An overconfidence there from T1. Think that because we'll see. They picked up one of the Void Grubs right now, not more being taken just yet. As in they go.
Yeah, there's the headbutt. Pulverize hasn't been used just yet, and yeah, Carrier, not a lot of places to go. Does still have his flash available, but is he just going to be CC'd to death? Yes, is the answer, and so is Perfect. Yeah, he's not having a great time there towards that top.
Like the last,
oh yeah,
I don't know how many months of League gameplay, and that is Zeus sitting on 20 CS lead. 2-0, looking to go Leandri's first, picked up early Sork Pen Boots as well as dive.
That the W flash pole is beautiful from Barrel. The Fate's call to get him out of dodge. The hook from Carrier though, and that will be able to get the counter kill. FearX should be able to answer it and is able to get himself out of there as well. Minion still, oh never mind, he's dead. Hey, that's going to be the double, and Carrier turns it around beautifully. 2 for 2 in the end, but I think we might make it an extra one as the Whirling Death comes in. Barrel not going to be taken down by the Draven. They want to try and cash in at least a little bit there.
But these kills on Deft, I think, still are going to be quite big, as... Yeah, he's just dead. He's just dead. Yeah,
It's just bloodthirsty and on the right champions to do so as well. I just prefer not to watch this top lane, guys. This is it's just unfair. Perfect is going to die. Yeah. Yeah. Zero.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say on that one. Perfect really struggling. One of the techs that we used to see from Cassante's and I don't think it would have made a big difference, but I do think that there could have been some value there, is the we used to see a lot of aftershock into Rumble specifically. But again, I want to draw attention to this hook, because if this dive goes well for KT, actually could have been really, really big. So what happens is it's Barrel tanking the aggro initially, but then because of the Fate's call, Deft actually takes aggro, and then Carrier is able to get the hook, ensure that Deft ends up going down. The only downside for T1 and a big win for KT.
Here. For KT, wanting to see whether he can be the one to carry this.
And the single target damage, I think, is still really, really good, as we do see some stacks. Barrel!
Right, in goes Barrel, there's the flash pole, they're looking for it, he pushes back the Rumble, and he's just dead! Couldn't even equalize them! They did exactly what you said, Chronicle, I thought it was impossible! The best ones you can get. Okay,
and
let's see it from the mastermind himself.
It's just a Blast Cone diff.
Yeah.
Finds the Blast Cone flash, gets the knockback,
and still has Fate's Call, still has the Unbreakable Will.
Yep.
나 심장이 벌렁벌렁거려. 제우스 잡았다.
Takes a bow. Eventuate. And Deft back into the farming. 211 at 19.5 minutes is not too bad as far as that CS number is concerned, as FearX will find a stun onto Carrier. Carrier takes that as a welcome, and in goes Barrel. Looks for another Pulverize, and here are the two sides of Barrel. The Fate's Call is going to come through and save his life, though, as they get the knock-up onto Owner, who just explodes, pops like a balloon, but look at the equalizer damage once again, though! Headbutt Pulver, and he's dead! KT have won the team fight, it's 2-1, and T1 are just going to back away. What?
KT?
No,
not going down.
Well, with that equalizer up and available, vision now being gained.
There was flash.
An amount of those exactly. And Owner will find FearX there. There's the Fate's call, the flash forward, and he interrupts the blast cone. Headbutt Pulver, he's dead. FearX able to avoid the equalizer damage as well. That is a huge cooldown for this fight, and KT They should be able to get themselves the mount. Would put a dent in it, as FearX now going to face check Zeus. That does not seem like a positive thing. He is going to get over the wall, and he's burning, ticking, and alive.
I don't know if you should recall there. Zeus has his ult now. Didn't have it just at that second, but now they're going to immediately try T1 Baron.
There it is. And KT, they know exactly what's going on here, but can they actually do anything at all about it? That's the question. Deft is hoofing it as best he can. And Carrier, yeah, moving on forward. Perfect, not going to be able to find too much here as Carrier gets over to the wall. And Perfect still going aggressive, still going in. Faker is going to get pulled back by the Q as the equalizer goes down. Not exactly the greatest one we've seen, though. And KT still looking for more. Still looking for this team fight. As Fate's call comes in, there's that flash pulverize, but he's not the target. It's FearX that locks down Carrier, but can they find the team fight? Perfect went so incredibly deep. But T1, they still have the Baron. It's a 1-for-1. And the flash hook from FearX does barely miss. Oh, Jeff dashing forward. There's the pulverize from over the wall. Emperor's Divide hits everyone, though, as Faker is burning, but I think he will survive. Carrier may not be so lucky as Deft picks it up. So Carrier is going to be taken down. Faker has to go back and doesn't have teleport. And now there's an all-out onto Zeus. The Weaver's Wall coming in. Zeus trying to be the hero as BDD almost just dead. The Honey Fruit not quite there. And another Q. Owner is delivered. And that was a weird interaction, but Perfect is once again dead. Owner is also, though, as Deft cleans it up in the pit. Not quite the kill from the Draven. What? That was chaos. Who won?
Telecom War!
Oh,
no, it didn't
baby.
matter. Didn't matter. There's no dragon.
Oh, yeah,
fine.
right. Oh, yeah, it's 40 seconds.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
No, T1 probably is the winner because they're the one that still can push on.
And also, FearX might just be dead. Yes, he is.
Okay, yeah, T1 won. T1.
T1 won that, yeah.
Yes,
yeah,
they won the play.
When we were confused a bit, thanks FearX for letting us. The outcome was there. As Faker going to be interrupted. There's a Fate's call. Faker could just be dead. Another pulverize, and he's thrown around like a ragdoll. Sticks are ripped out, and Deft locks that one down to KT win now. Like,
what is happening?
Can't keep up.
We can't breathe.
Oh my goodness.
And now they're going to get soul.
Yeah.
Off of that play.
Right. So now it's not too late.
Now it's KT winning.
Yeah. All right, well,
I think.
I mean, FearX's still dead.
Yeah, well, I don't care, you have Deft.
Yeah, that's true. He's got a decent...
No, they can't. They need more. And Faker, I don't know what a teleport cooldown timer is, but probably going to be up when his Deft timer time's out.
Okay, so back to a T1 victory on this one.
I'm going to call... Took is relatively safe.
Yeah. BDD looks for it, finds Faker with the seismic shove. The flash has to be used. Faker does make his way out. Big cooldown.
Deft?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Barrel. That's a barrel flank.
This is definitely a barrel flank. It's both of them, and Barrel doesn't even need the Fate's call to start this one off. Carrier, oh, the seismic shot not going to be there. Barrel not able to flash on top of Zeus, who has a, oh dear, there's that Fate's call we were talking about, and he is going to be taken away from this fight. T1 now find themselves on the wrong side of this battle. And the equalizer now on cooldown. He's not in there. Owner looks for the kick, but where's the follow-up? The Empress Divide's kind of massive, but Deft able to take down Faker, and now it is just an seismic shove onto 2, and KT might find it. The cash-in, it comes in, but it comes too late. And KT with 4 up and available, they're looking for the end. And that'd be a 12 out of 12, otherwise it's not justice to me, Chronicler. This guy, this was vintage Beryl Alistair. He was the Alistair guy. Somehow Carrier finds Deft with that hook, but they are still going to have enough to take down this Nexus, and KT will play Game 1 in the Telecom War. But it was not easy, Chronicler. Early gank. Deft with that ward down does spot Owner moving up the river. And there is the Tom Kench aggression. Beryl going to take that rocket back to the tower.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going in any further. Yeah, exactly.
Beryl's level 1.
Yeah. Can he finagle a way out of this is the question, as Owner throws a buckler at him and he's just dead. The answer is he cannot. Deft also may not be able to, does have to flash as FearX walks over a ward, so they know that he's on his way in. The Vi at level 3 just not able to offer too much here. And
try and get away, but definitely not going to be feeling super good about that as Owner.
Yeah, this is not looking great here for BDD. Steadfast Presence going to be there as Faker down very low. And that means that BDD is able to get himself out of the way. And Shroud, pretty powerful. Pyoshik does have a slight level advantage, but as you can see, Vi into Poppy, ladies and gentlemen. Not exactly the most fun, as there's a heroic charge. And Pyoshik realizing that this is not the kind of fun that he's looking for. There's first blood. Oh, sorry, second, as Perfect is also going to get solo killed by Zeus. It is a complete catastrophe.
He takes so much more damage than realistically he should, as here, just a level timer. This is just fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
Perfect gets read perfectly by Zeus, pardon the pun.
And instead, he goes to the... Okay, there's an all-out. Perfect looking to try and dash his way out of this one. He has the needlework. He's trying to dodge. Oh! Is it going to be the return? It's not. Zeus is going to get another solo as Ona finds some knockups here. Deft with that Feather Storm getting into the sky. The quickness is good though, and Ona should be going down, but no, the Devourer is going to be there. Ona is spat out. He's got the huge shield. Is now BDD. Perfect execution, but into the back line. That's a kill for Gumayushi. He's been waiting for the entirety of game one, and now this one. Super Mega Death Rocket sails by though, and Beryl, he will live for at least a couple more seconds. And Carrier gets over that wall. Can he survive is the question.
Perfect STP, doesn't want to commit, doesn't look like it.
Yeah, BDD into the Shroud, doesn't get the backflip. And so Gumayushi will survive for the moment. Beryl is trying to battle dance his way around. They're alive for the moment as these rockets are flying in, but BDD just going to be taken down. It's a double in the end for Gumayushi, sort of an extended triple. The T1, they should be able to just cruise on forward. And Corki can be now played with all of his buttons as well, as now looking for Faker here is Pyoshik, does find the cease and desist, as Ona says no. He would prefer it if they just left. BDD wanting to get this kill off on the back end as in goes Beryl. Doesn't quite get the quickness onto Faker, who just walks. He just gets himself out. Ona not going to be so lucky as BDD, oh, the gleaming quill heal is going to come on through, able to block out there as well as the tongue lash comes in. Good Vault Breaker as now Carrier's moving away and BDD aggressively moving forward. I thought maybe just take another casual turret shot. They
pay for it very heavily because Guma, they're going to contest. Teleport coming in.
Yeah, Faker teleporting forward. Doesn't have the package, is now Carrier looking for the opportunity. That's Faker that takes the Cloud Drake. Not sure how that one happened, but it happened. And now Deft is just running for the hills. There is the Feather Storm, but Gumayushi still looking for more. BDD might be able to find him. Pyoshik is dying here in the jungle, up on the back end. That is Faker collecting that kill. BDD is now walking around and things like that. And there is an alive Gumayushi. And there are a few of them. Zeus is also absolutely massive, as we can see here. Carrier going to get engaged on one more time. He is pretty tanky, but there is Beryl. They are able to take down the Tahm Kench. And Perfect finds himself into that backline. So no real answer here as BDD has a flank angle as well. Perfect diving forward. My God, Gumayushi's going to be taken down. And now BDD, the perfect execution. He doesn't get the shuriken, but still he's able to chase after the pop of the ignite. It's ticking and Beryl's able to lock it down, but the extension is so large. Zay is almost able to just clean it up, but it snip, goes Perfect. And the Gwen will still be able to find the kill. And KT somehow find an advantageous team fight. Farming things, I would be saying. But let's see whether they can string a few of those together, because it can't stop here. As Pyoshik, he's going in. Cease and desist down onto Gumayushi, but maybe that's what needed to happen for Pyoshik, as Gumayushi's bullet follows him all the way forward. And now they are in the shooting rounds. BDD, does he have the perfect execution to try and lock this one down? Zeus is all the way underneath an inhibitor turret. He goes all out, but Perfect is kind of okay with it. BDD is real dead though, and Gumayushi, he is now tidying up as the triple kill comes in, and Zeus is still alive. He went for a journey amongst as many inhibitor turrets as he could find, and
it's a clean ace.
Is it just the game?
Oh, Pyoshik is already alive again.
Oh, it's 19 minutes. Yeah, maybe the death time is up. Oh, right. If it's the shellacking stamp, we're giving it that one. I think that one. So that's Jake Spawn Tiberia approved, 100%. But I don't know what this stamp is. Maybe it's the stamp of Gumayushi just getting into an enemy base at pre-20 minutes and killing 3 people.
Zeus is just...
And Zeus doing whatever this is, yeah.
2 turns.
And we...
By himself! Guma's flashing over a wall!
And in the last situation as well, like, we didn't see what happened to Perfect here, but, like, Zeus just doesn't take damage. He did in the last little engage. Gumayushi probably pretty mad about what happened in the last game. This time around, 7-1-3. on this Jinx. As over goes Ona, Steadfast Presence gets a fair bit of value, and package delivered! FearX from Faker into the backline, absolutely obliterating them. That Baron was all a cunning ruse, and how many aces do you need? They don't have enough sleeves for all of these aces chronically. In fact, they do. That's 2 of them, isn't it? And they are just going to move towards the base and look to take this one down. Perfect does get some bounty gold, so there we go. But this game is done and dusted. And we are going to 3 in this Telecom war. I think next time, perhaps a different attempt in the drafting phase of this game. They went for it. It was a Hail Mary, and they sort of punched themselves in the face. T1, they'll claim it, and they'll now get themselves in a position to right the wrongs of Game 1.
This is one of the most... we were not happy with how
there
they
is
nice.
Wind becomes lightning, and Ona taking a bit of damage here as the knockup should be coming through. There it is. Yoshik doing well, gets through the aftershock as now BDD and Faker also fighting, but another Wind becomes lightning, and there's the flash forward, and it's just a solo kill. All right.
Not bad.
He was swift as a coursing river.
And with that, Yoshik showing again what he has to offer. Faker.
All right, is this another solo kill? There it is, the clockwork, it's winding up, and oh no, Faker almost to the minions! That's why you drink your potions, ladies and gentlemen. And, oh my goodness, we're
coming through. Yeah, Yoshik there, when he found Ona, he'd already backed, so he's sitting on double longsword. I think Ona really underestimating the damage that came through was... we're back to ARAM.
Yeah,
just an ARAM.
Now there's a shockwave. Beryl somehow gets caught, but the fire kick is going to get Ona away. Yoshik now dashing forward. The bubble is going to connect, and Faker takes down the jungler. And now Beryl having to get out of there. He may have a campfire, but he doesn't have too much more, and he's still going to get knocked up. There's the ebbs and the flows, and Carrier locks down that one as well.
He could have walked to his turn.
Junglers over this control ward. Oh dear. Beryl looking for that back. It's not going to work out here as he almost just dies. And sometimes you get caught back, and they do manage to clear out the vision. So another attempt at going home.
Is this a replay?
Yeah, we're seeing more replays. As Yoshik going to get shockwaved once again. He dashes on top of Faker here, trying to keep himself up, but it does not work. And a Magnet Storm comes through. BDD a little bit late on that one as the bubble is going to get shifted out of the way of. Crash down to come forward. Does he have the Shattering Strike? The answer's no. He's not too worried about it for the moment. And now Ona looking to try and make another attempt onto BDD. Good positioning from Yoshik as Emperor's Divide misses. And now BDD's going to get punished for it. The Magnet Storm's beautiful. The Shockwave's better. And there is the kill on the Azir. Yoshik will find the knock-up onto Ona. They may not be able to get another one, but still feels like damage has been done. They've just given a kill to the 2 main players of this KT in game number 1 as Carrier could be in trouble, doesn't find the bubble. As the culling is going to be the answer. Moonlight Vigil comes down as Ona is here. Good positioning from him. And we'll see whether they can find some sort of dive. Deft is doing his best to keep them at arm's length. And BDD doesn't have teleport. He's not going to be helping out here, so that should be as completely over as that one was, as Faker makes his way down towards this bottom side. A little bit of a disengage there as Beryl feels like he has a target on his back. There is the Crescent Guard. Bubble is going to go wide there as teleports are coming through. Ona might just be dead. There's the knock-up, and in goes Perfect. Can he find Faker as the all-out comes in? Special delivery as he's also fire kicked, trying to go even further in. I'm not sure about that one. But I like the gusto from the young man as Infernal Chains. Deft is bubbled, pulled back, and destroyed. Double kill for Gumayusi, and T1 once again out on top.
A big misstep there, unfortunately, for Perfect. The barrel was close.
Yeah, and Zeus is in position as now Yoshik is very dead. Super dead. He is going to get stabbed there. Owner is going to be able to collect that kill. And Def trying to do what he can underneath this turret here, but it is on its last legs. BDD down to 50% as well as Faker is looking relentless on his Orianna. Point, it is 4,500 gold the lead here for T1 as BDD once again doesn't find it, but the shockwave goes wide as well. Good sidestep there from BDD. Orb awareness. Something that you certainly need to have as here's the jump scare as good flashes do come on forward. But Beryl, he ain't going to be so lucky. The culling comes through, and that is going to take down the Melio. Gumayusi still has more, though, as bubbles having to be avoided left, right, and center. Deft will take down the last cannon. That should at least abate some of this aggression for do. And yeah, I mean, when in doubt, do Baron. As Carrier just going to try and spy where everyone is. Gumushi moving on over, Pyosik able to sidestep the bubble. As they do pull off the Baron for the moment. He's at least bought them a little bit of space here as, all right, Pyosik just going to go in. There's the Crescent Guard to try and deliver Ona into that, I guess, amount of damage. But the shockwave is so big from Faker! And yeah, Moonlight Vigil lands, but the damage is well and truly done. Perfect trying to do what he can, but he's wondering where the heck his teammates went. They are in the death chamber, and sometimes Faker just finds it. Like this one could be closer. But every early fight goes a little bit T1's way, and then the mid-game, that is where they just destroyed them.
And this is something we saw in the bot lane fight as well. These attempts from KT to try and isolate and burst down Owner. Of all the guys on T1, that's not the one you want, but at the same time, like, I don't.
Very close to going down, and I don't think Pyosik will be able to get in there. They do manage to secure it, and now Gumushi looking for even more. Good fire kick to interrupt the culling. As in goes PDD, finds 3, but there's no one else there. No one's in the vicinity, and he's taken down. My God, this Zeus damage is absurd. And it's a decent little attempt there. A last breath, perhaps, from KT, but T1, they snuffed them out, and now they're looking to clear up this base and claim the first Telecom war of 2024 as their own.
And it was a rough start for T1 in game number 1, getting taken down by KT. But game 2 and game 3, even though this one wasn't as fast, a completely different story.
I think the emotional damage of this particular game was higher.
It's worse.
Yeah, game number 2, felt like you could blame the draft a little bit. This one was more just, nah man. Doesn't have flash, but does have the foresight to leave this tower. Plate's not going to be taken as there's the flash. Executed, right? That's what he's going to do, and perfect execution is there also for the first blood. Meanwhile, on the top side of the map, Clear is in a little trouble, but he is able to walk it off, or run it off, as he gets underneath his turret as well. So the Fearless Foxes coming out pretty strong. Battle dance over to Henna. Thanks for the extra range, he says, as all right. Nature is grasping. Feathers are storming as well, though, so that's going to get Henna out of any dodge. As, yeah, this could be the time. World Ender has been procced. Now a teleport to come in from Clear as well. Fresh off a shop, Dawning Shadow flies in. And now they're looking to try and turn onto Rascal. They should be able to take him down. The Drake should also belong to DRX here. They are taking their time. A 1-for-1 as the top laners go down, and now Teddy's flashing for it. That is Sponge securing the dragon, and DRX on the board.
And a sacrifice that...
At this point in time, not going to be bullied, not allowing FearX to really gain any more advantages than what they picked up in the early game. That is going to be the steal, though, from Willett. And now the Nature's Grasp coming in. I should be denied here by DRX, but no, they are able to get on over the top, and now in comes Closer. Dash Cannon working out for him. Execute very, very low, but there is the first kill of the fight onto Sponge, and Rascal sort of left by his lonesome. He is still dangerous, and he's trying to zone. Permafrost going to be there as well as Henna with another Featherstorm fighting against Teddy. Teddy not there with the rest of his team, though, and it's just an extra kill for FearX, and they still soul. The fight coming up in a minute 20 is going to be the big one. Starting to stack these dragons, especially for a composition like DRX that, okay, in goes Closer. Wants to find Satab, and that's it. That's just a solo kill. Sponge comes on over with a celebratory ultimate, but he might just be food for the Akali as well. He's dashing forward. Sponge going to be tanky enough to survive. Is now Rascal. He's in trouble. World Ender comes down, knocked up into the sky. The Permafrost is there, and he is just taken out. FearX, they came to play today.
And Closer.
Rascal, he didn't know it in that moment, but he definitely figured it out.
Not again, not again, not again!
Oh no, Satab's under his turret this time! And Closer's able to tank that one up. Teddy looks for the flash forward, but the Piercing Darkness isn't going to be enough. Dash Cannon's going to be used. He'll have another back foot, but Teddy able to close the difference. He does, the distance, sorry. He does have his flash, but he's going to use it in order to escape. So Closer is going to be fine. And now Closer's going in once again. Bramble Smash is very good. They're not finding the engages as, oh, the pushback Clear saves it here for FearX. And Henna's able to lock down the kill onto the tree. Pleta trying to find an opportunity. He's very tanky. As this Tahm Kench, and the Drake is going to reset. Trying to get as much space between them and their vision. so that they can potentially grab some sort of objective. Clear, though, is now in potentially some trouble, although he is a Cassante. He can get himself out. Nature's Grasp going to be used, though, and DRX in better position right now. Willa goes over the wall. They get the Cassante, but now Closer's looking for that backline. Shuriken backflip doesn't quite work, but the perfect execution is going to be there. But now Teddy has the rest of his team. He's also got the Devour shield, and now the flash forward is coming in. Another backflip comes down, and FearX, this is not the fight. When you're FearX, though, shouldn't you just say, all right, execute, what do we do? In a time like this, right, when you know you have such a lead, so much control, this could be Closer having a rough time as, oh my god! Okay, he's going for it, there's the kill. Now Rascal is trying his very best to get some revenge, but going 1-for-1, that's not really what you want, unless you can just kill Clear after he teleports in. The rest of FearX coming up here, and Sponge clearing our vision. He is.
And they're doing it!
Yeah, they've actually started the Baron. Sponge gets a ward in here. He does have a smite available, but there is a lot of damage in this pit right now. And Rascal, he's got Edge of Night. He's looking for it. They dive on forward. Execute trying to find the quickness. My god, he just melts. There is starting to be a lot of damage on this DRX squad as they do pull Sponge back. Permafrost comes in. Closer looks for the opportunity as the backflip. It connects onto his shroud, but not much more than that. They take down. Now considering trying to turn here as Willa kind of caught. 3 members moving on up. Nature is grasping. Oh, we actually hit a Glacial Prison this time around as Willa's over the wall. Closer's got on in there. He dashes a million miles away and does have perfect execution. Looks for Sponge with it, who does manage to take it here. The Devour going to be utilized on the Maokai. And Clear can tank this one up. Execute once again doesn't find the grand entrance. It's in goes Satab this time around, but he only finds the tank and then he explodes. That's Henna locking down that kill. Execute's going to somehow kill Rascal. And DRX, they went for the aggressive play, and unfortunately, even though it looks kind of cool, they get punished for it. As Henna has put down a lot of feathers behind this Baron, that will be taken down very, very quickly, but can they win the ensuing fight? This shield's just exploding to that dash cannon from Closer. Could be important moving forward as Clear's going to get snared. They take the Baron, but can they win the fight? That is the question. As in goes Execute, this time he'll find it! The center erupts into a pool of feathers, and now it's Closer just clearing it. FearX, they took their time, but they waited for the opportune moment, and now DRX's Nexus is in their sights.
Just waiting for the right opportunity. You gotta wait till the force tells you to go.
Exactly.
And right there, they went in and they got Teddy. Crucially, doesn't even get to flash. A little bit disjointed there, an attempt. DRX, a valiant effort, but it's not enough as really hard to lock down, because looking at FearX isn't actually that much reliable ways to lock down a LeBlanc, right? It's basically just Wheeler, and even a lot of his skills will have a decent amount of wind up. Same for Execute outside of his ultimate.
Ooh, there's an Emperor's Divide just to tell Satab to leave, and he's going to get over that with a Mimic Distortion. Chains come in. That's a Glacial Prison, beautifully set up. Sponge is going to help take that one down. So first blood going over. As the scan comes in.
This game it's all set up right now.
Oh,
Atlas. Yeah. Inevitably, the payoff is going to come. They do know that Sponge is there. Well spotted on the ward. A lot of bot side vision here. Execute.
They are all just wrapping around. There's the knock-up. Crashdown comes on in as Pletter is very dead, but now can they answer back? 3 versus 2, but they're moving forward. Teddy utilizing that range advantage nicely, but fear this one. Teleports happening all over the place as the top laners make their way in. Sponge, Arctic Assault goes down. That's the secure on the Rift Herald. The eye picked up by Willer as well, as Rascal thinks he may have found an angle. Wants to get that all-out happening, but the CC is good. There's the Featherstorm as now Henna. He does still have Flash, and the all-out is going to be used. It's on to Willa, though, and he just Flash crashes, and he gets himself out, and now Execute dives forward. Sponge almost just dies, but Satab gets in amongst it. Closer with the Empress Divide Flash, and how are they doing this and surviving? Satab says, well, they're not Atlas. In fact, one of them is going to die. And he does.
And with a final dash forward, in trouble.
And control of the river currently in the hands of Fox. Henna relatively low though. You can see Vision getting cleared out. In comes the Udyr, but there's the Glacial Prison. Oh, the dive forward. The quickness is working as Sponge taking a lot of damage, but most importantly, he survives. And Willa, he's not so lucky. It's another one for Satab. And now Clear, he's in the firing line. And yeah, he's tanky, but that is 3 members of DRX and Teddy. gets himself on the board. That should be that Drake you were talking about. And I think we are careening towards a... Okay, he can swoop in, speaking of which. Does now know that there's probably some vision as Glacial Prison comes down. There's the crash down from Willa, though. They want to deal with the turret, and they are going to be able to do so. There's the flash out. Emperor's Divide finds two. The quickness is going to be there as well, but Henna not quite enough damage onto Sponge. They're trying to focus him down, but Teddy gets excited. Satab is just going to deny the teleport. And now they take down the Sun Disc, and Teddy's still looking for more. I don't think he'll be able to get it. There we go, clear. Down here towards the bottom side, was denied the TP. But Execute has a full health bar, so I imagine he's going to go in pretty soon.
Also had Psycho Sword, which actually is really obnoxious because it procs right off of dashes. And Satab obviously doing a lot of that. As we see, look, those trades. Very, very unfun to play into.
Okay, the quickness does come through as Satab should just explode here. He flashes, but that's a huge Magnet Storm. And now Satab's out of the fight. Emperor's Divide onto everyone, and Henna has taken out Teddy. And now it's the story of the Zaire as he cleans it up. That's a Quadra. And FearX, they did not want to play a game 3.
Out of nowhere, the 4-4.
Satab just wanting to extend this fight, trying to get them lower. Some control now as Rascal dashing forward, does find closer. Glacial Prison does come down. It should be the Drake denied here, but it is going to be taken by Willa. That is going to be Infernal Soulless Execute, trying to get himself out. Emperor's Divide happens once again, and Rascal goes down. Satab just trying to clean up. He kills Closer once again, but Henna needs to get these autos through the... Rockets are hitting so hard from Teddy, and Satab is now popping off. He will be taken down, but Teddy, he just wants to kill these Baron buffs, and Clear is having none of it. He's just going to kill Teddy. Now he's going to look for the next one. Boop and scoot, that's what we've got to do. And he's chasing after Pleta. Oh man, it's going to take a while, but I just don't think Pleta's going to be able to do anything about it. That's another kill going over to Clear. It's almost an ace. But I believe Sponge had respawned. And the level of intensity is a bit higher. We don't need to go to the Orchard, as Satab will find Execute, and Execute is probably dead. Yeah, Glacial Prison is there in fanfare.
Backed on a ward. So the one...
I think if I could play it... Oh, okay, in he goes! They managed to find Teddy, another massive Magnet Storm, but the Devourer is going to be there, and now Teddy with a huge shield, trying to get something done. He flashes, he picks up the Tom Kench, and Teddy's still alive, and the Tom survives as well somehow, and now Teddy's real excited. That was a great attempt, or at least it sort of was. It just was not enough, and look at Clear. He's running, but I just don't think a boop and scoot is what this needs. And okay, Satab trying to soften them up, and Teddy is now moving on over. He is a raid boss right now. He is absolutely huge. And look at this, Satab dashing in and out and getting it done. They're not going to quite find it as Rascal gets into the backline. Emperor's Divide does 0, and DRX will just execute them. That's the ace. That is Exodia, and we are heading to game 3.
Not even gonna need it. Game win of the season, and it's off the back of a bounce back of Satab, and Teddy finally living his best.
Oh yeah,
Fountain Laser dreams.
This is the Teddy that we've been waiting for. I think Senna was a little bit late game. I think we hit the Jinx spike just in time, and DRX looking great here in game number 2. See how they do as we move towards game number 3. Furrowed brow,
and he's
exposed.
Like, he pulls, he gets the sword from the ground.
Yeah, and then his bandages just loosen up just a little bit.
And the wind starts. They know.
Setting a trap here. Maybe. As Closer is going back, does have teleport, can get himself back into the lane. Is Rascal being a Rascal. Behind the turret here is Pleta. Oh, here's the trap set up as Willa now looking for the opportunity, but they don't know. Satab moves on over. The Windwall did a fair bit of work there, and first blood actually goes to Willa somehow. Now Closer's looking for a kill, and he'll get it. Just stabs the Nautilus, and FearX, the plays upon plays upon plays, works out in their favor. Really?
No.
Punch and Dove were the last ones to play Yasuo Gragas?
In my head,
Didn't Canyon Showmaker play this like last week?
What I think it might have been is that it wasn't
Rascal could be in trouble here.
I think Rascal's dead.
Yeah, he should be dead. That is just clear, locking down the solo kill. There we go. Was that at Worlds? It's been a long time since it's been played here in the LCK, and that was confirmed. Punch and Dove, though. Phew. It's quite a while ago. But it was also the old variety of FearX. Of course, it became Live Sandboxes. All right, there it is. Knock up City. And Closer's going to very comfortably take that one down. This is what this composition does. You just stack on as many knock-ups.
His map movement, I think, really has been very impressive as we're taking a look at this. So they both start off at full health, and I think it gives a false sense of security. But the problem here is that it is super long trades where Udyr isn't actually able to get out, you know, maybe get a tornado off and from there continue onward. Particularly if all out is used, he's not going to be able to get through. As Satab does have his flash available, but Closer actually starts buffering it, then flashes, so there's minimal response time, which didn't happen.
Yeah. And, you know, even his times on Gen G were marred by a few difficult times. And speaking of difficult times, that is a nice flash. The cast does come through as Execute, tanking for about a year, but he will burn down. Letta sends his regards as now Clear could be in trouble. That is going to be a Glacial Prison. He is Cassante, but not Cassante enough, as Rascal has a circle with some heat inside. And is going to be able to take him down. Rooker, no. Am I saying a word that people understand?
Yeah, particularly at the end of a long day. It happens so often where I'm like, it's probably English. It's good enough. That's fine. Satab goes back in.
It's a bit cute, and he's going to have to flash as Execute. He battle dances back towards Closer, so now without the flash could be dangerous times here as over the wall they go. Flash does come out, last breath onto Teddy though into that backline. Really nicely done. Another knock up here as Execute. That was not what you really wanted to do. Immediately 2 kills go down. And Teddy, he's saying that maybe that Atlas guy perhaps called this game a little bit early.
It looks like Satab crucially overextends, goes back to the Yasuo to try and dodge. Might be in trouble here, though.
Yeah, doesn't have flash now, as immediately Closer's like, I will take my revenge. Thank you very, very much. And he will, actually looking to try and punish Henna here. Execute dives forward. He's being very frustrating, as LeBlancs tend to do, and he just dies. So there it is. Still buys a fair bit of time. Everyone's able to take down the Drake and move on. And we do have, once again, an Infernal Soul.
It's very fitting for any FearX game, though.
Oh, yeah.
Teddy, why are you... Well, Willer is like, why are you here?
He's ganking Willer in his jungle. That's cathartic. He's just dead.
You could have left early.
Trying to waddle away. Henna eating some honey fruit. Should be all right. Satab dashing in. There's the grand entrance. Henna does find Rascal on the side of this fight. He's able to run away. He's not going to have the health bar to do that too many more times. Can Willer find that cask angle? They are kind of grouped up. Let's see whether they can get in there. In goes Execute in the last breath into the backline. Teddy trying to avoid it, but it's not going to work. The bot lane has been taken down, and now the flash from Close. He survives somehow, and they can't even blast go to safety. That is everyone dead but Satab.
And that's the problem right there.
I imagine a turn is going to be in the minds of FearX. Is Clear looking for that angle. Execute trying to get himself out of the way, but you can see Satab, if he has them in the position that he wants them, it can look really, really good here as there's the Glacial Prison. Connects onto Closer, but they only take him down halfway. Now Rascal is running around doing the things that he wants to do, but not really able to actually stop what FearX is trying here as the Blade Caller comes in. Bunch just steals it. Oh no, and now Teddy's trying to get these autos through. Clear, he's going to be able to take him down, but it's Satab that's the problem here. Oh, he takes him down as well, never you mind. Can we keep these Barons alive is the question. Well, Pledis is dead, and now there's an Udyr running amok, and I think he will be able to run away.
I think they're going to let this Drake go. I think they're looking for an inner here.
Yeah.
And that's not the worst counter. There is no ultimate available for Willer or Execute, so he can step up a little bit as Rascal.
Yeah, he is taking a lot of damage here from Henna. Blade Caller comes on forward. He's slowed down and just destroyed. They just layered everything. He couldn't run.
Can't do that. Can't get caught like that. because that now frees up Clear.
Yeah, and he can teleport up, try and stop this inner turret from falling down. Should be able to do so as now Willa finds a body slam onto Sponge. Just slightly overextended, but the hook is there from Pleta Teddy. He might be able to finally get some free hits in, but no, he has to turn because their front line melts. 2 items are completed here for Henna. And FearX, I think, maybe
Enough acquainted with Diablo 2. It's also like
it's very rare.
kind of if Guild Force got a makeover, even though the item, like in looks, right? Not in what it does.
As
It's ad.
is going to be taken for a walk and then put in prison. Oh dear, he's dead. And DRX have got themselves a pick. This might give them some map control.
18 seconds, still Baron. This could be
Pit. They need to try and do something here as Willa towards the top, and they don't have any information actually about where he is, but they wanted to go for a turn. They'll find the knock-up. They get on top of Closer, but he's still alive, and into the backline he goes. Teddy evaporates. Sponge also unable to soak that damage as he tries to escape, but it does not work, and they are just magnetized to the carries of DRX, and FearX maybe, just maybe, that was Execute's plan all along.
He knew Atlas. He knew. He knew the ways.
He's going for the 1v1 into Rascal.
Okay, so hear me out. What happened there is actually the patience from DRX, the lack of patience.
Yeah.
It comes back to haunt them because I think if they play it slower, they poke with states if they can kill him. But this is a semi-tank Closer. He has shield though. He has a.
He's got an Iceborne Gauntlet.
Yeah. He's not going down in a matter of seconds, and with that DRX.
They're going to take down the Nexus, and FearX, a 2-1 victory, and big grins on their faces as well. I believe that moves them to 2-2 here in the LCK as well.
These were some of the best highlights from all of the LCK Spring matchups of the day. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.